Hello and welcome back to Seaside Garage. I'm gonna make a small video on the Lada Niva today. It's not gonna be any progress really, but I have bought a lot of projects, as you might know. There's one right there, there's one in the garden, and there's one on its way. I need the space to at least disassemble and assess them and all that. So the Lada Niva is going down from the scaffolding today. I have pretty much fixed all the rust underneath that I wanted to fix on this thingy. The rest of it will be okay to fix on the lift. Also, I need a break from this. So the plan for today is to take this down from this AutoVip, put on the tires and start it up. Hopefully it still works, but it has been on the side for quite a while, so maybe oil is some places that it is not supposed to be. So the plan for today is to get this down, get this out of the shop, so I can make room for the Citroen Mehari. I want that to go over there, so I can take the other project on the lift and check out what needs to be done on that one. And the project that comes next week is not a runner, so that will need to come in here for a will it run video, hopefully. And then the Lada Niva will go into storage for a while again, then I will take it back soon, most likely, because I'm still planning on maybe using it as a winter car. Let's get to work. This is the lock, so if I release this, it won't go any further than this. So there is a bit of safety in this system. Like that. When using something like this, keep your distance. I know right now it can only go down or to the side. So I'm not going to stay anywhere near those points without some kind of extra safety. Now I need some tires. Now let's lower it down gently. Very good. Now it will be a lot more stable because the heavy end of the car is down on the ground and it's not that risky anymore. Still, stuff could happen, and I'm gonna chuck the wheels to make sure it doesn't begin to roll when we get that far. Now let's lower this side down. There we go. Just down. I'm gonna fill in some fuel because I had to drain it all. Oh, I think we are having a leak in the fuel tank. Why is that? So it's one day later. I have fixed the leak. As you saw, the gas tank started to leak quite badly and I was pretty puzzled about it. I'm going to show you the problem in a second. But another thing, I have completely forgot to actually show you the rust repairs that I have done on this before taking it down from the AutoVip. I made a video about one section, but I have made a lot more than that. So we're going to try to take a look at that. Of course, it will be a bit more difficult to see now. But anyway, let's do that. the fuel leak. I have been doing some rust repairs underneath here. And I had to put on a new panel. And sometimes it's easier to use a self-tapping screw to attach the panel before welding it in to get it flush with the floor and all that. I have done that many times. On this car though, the fuel tank is not underneath, it is inside the car, so I didn't really think about where it was. Of course I knew it was there, so I was taking care when I was welding, but I didn't think that a self-tapping screw could do any damage, but it went through the floor and into the fuel tank, and when I took it out again, problem. So what I did, I took the fuel tank up. It is inside here in a small box section. Right there I made a big hole, not a big hole, a small screw hole of course. I have fixed it using marine graded leak stop, and I have used that a lot of times before on rusty tanks, and it works perfectly. It's a bit of a shame because this tank is actually in brilliant condition, and it's always sad to destroy something rather than fix it, but now it's okay. The leak though has washed away a lot of the rust protection and paint, so I have to repaint it. But as you can see, I've done some rust repairs there, and I also changed the jacking mount on this side, on both sides, and the jacking points in the front, and on this side as well. There is still a lot of work that needs to be done. As you can see, I need to tie everything back together in the wheel arch right here, but it will be okay to do on the lift. I'm gonna go ahead and refit this fuel tank, and then we'll see if it runs. So let's try again. Hopefully it will hold fuel this time. It should do. It seems to do. So now the tank is holding fuel, and hopefully it can run. I'm just going to prime the fuel pump, because there will be no fuel in the carbs for sure, because the car's been on the side. So rather than having it cranking forever, I'm just going to do that. And also the car has been standing on its own wheels overnight, so I don't suspect we're going to have any problems with oil being in the wrong places, at least not in huge amounts. No fuel is coming up through the pump. I think the pump diagram is dry. That will make it very hard to suck. So I have hooked up my my vacuum pump, and hopefully I can just suck some fuel up through that one. There it came. I don't know if it picked up. There it came. The fuel just filled up into the fuel filter. So then we just need to fit the fuel hose once again to the carb. In my experience, those mechanical fuel pumps are really not working well when the diagram is dry and the fuel lines is out of fuel. It's not really good at drawing air through the system. So I like to prime it like this. Of course, I could have just been cranking forever, and then maybe it would have done it all by itself, but I would put a lot of strain on the battery and the starter engine. So I really like to do it this way. And also, if everything works, it will just fire up. And it's really satisfying to just turn a key on an old car that hasn't run for a long time and it just fires up. I'm not saying it's going to, but this will help a lot, that's for sure. I'm just going to pump it a bit more to pump fuel into the carb and fill up the chambers, hopefully. I'm just going to rig you up right here instead and open up the door so I can drive it out if it works. Inside the Niva once again. Oh, it's been a while. Okay. Enter neutral. Ignition on. We have no lights. I wonder if something is... Maybe it's just the light. I can't remember if they work. Ah, yes. Nothing so far. Giving it a bit of choke. I don't think fuel is at the carb just yet, but it will be. Let's give it a bit of a break. Good thing that it turns, because that means that the cylinders are not full of oil, because if they were, it would have been hydro-locked or oily locked. Ah, yes, there we go. Running nice. Rattly, it's the exhaust you can hear. But it is working, that's nice. Running great, actually. Nice. So let's see if we can drive it out of here. Make room for all the other projects and give this a little break. Or me, maybe. Nice. This is a really cool car. I have brakes, not a lot of them, but a little bit. Enough, I think. Oh, I still have those wheel chucks that I threw under the wheels, but being a 4x4, I think it will manage. And it did. Oh, there we go. It is out of the garage. So with the Lada Niva out of the garage, it will be possible to take the Mahari and put it over here. Then I can use the lift for the other projects. I need all my projects except the Mahari at the moment. That is too big of a task. But I like all my projects to be able to start and run, so I can move them about. So this is all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, you can support me on Patreon if you like. It helps a lot. The more I get, the more videos I will be able to produce. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. I gotta clean up.